Habs have the lead.
Tilt to the stick.
A beautiful tip in.
And the Leafs have their second lead of this game.
Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
Coming up with tonight's podcast, episode 139, we're going to look back at the Leafs weekend, which had a disappointing loss to the Habs, but a big win over the the Panthers. The recent play of Peter Mrazek. Matthews getting very close to 50. Does the fourth line need a new look? How concerned should we be about Willie Nylander? And we got a couple segments for you. We got a double shot of Just the Tip and Hot in the Slot, or Hit the Showers. So, Dale, how are you?
Oh, buddy, you know how it goes. Working out the kinks.
Working out the kinks. We're working out the kinks.
Working out the kinks. Always working out the kinks here, man. But anyway, a little slip of the tongue there. I like that, though. The Florida Cougars in town.
Well, with all the tips going in,
I know.
it just, the logo kind of can be mistaken for a Cougar at times.
Oh, I thought they were playing the Cougars last night 100%, man.
Yeah. I would love it if
100%.
if they changed it to the Florida Cougars. I may become a Cougar fan.
Oh, big time. Florida Cougars, big time.
The
Love
Tip In Cougar podcast.
Now, listen, I don't know what you got off the top here, but I should say off the top that a couple podcasts ago, one of our listeners who was watching the live stream mentioned something. You threw a comment on the stream, and it said on the screen, and it said something about Chad, Dale, love you guys, blah, blah, blah. Great job. You guys are great analysts. Do you remember that comment?
I do. Yeah, that was the last podcast.
Oh, wait, it was a couple podcasts ago.
Oh,
now, I went back and checked that out, Chad. Now, the comment did not say, you guys are great analysts.
Oh, it didn't say
No,
analysts.
it didn't say that. What he said was, I enjoy your guys' analysis.
Well, doesn't that make us good analysts?
Well, listen, I have been told before I am a pretty decent analyst. I have been told before I'm pretty good analyst. Now, I don't know if people enjoy my analysis. Analysis. But so I just wanted to clear that up off the top. Now, he did not say we're great analysts. He said he enjoys our analysis.
I get it.
So I just wanted to make that clarification. So, anyway, that's all. So, like I said, I don't know about you. I've been told before, hey, Dale, you are a good analyst, bud. But that's not what was said a couple weeks ago. Enjoys our analysis. So that's good. I enjoy a good analysis too. So,
Yeah, everybody does now and then.
nothing wrong with a good analysis.
Not
now
every
and then.
day, but every now and then.
And I'll tell you what, you're going to get some hardcore analysis tonight.
Every night. Every night.
We're going to give you analysis so hard tonight that we might become your favorite analyst.
Yeah.
Analysts.
We're getting close.
So that's what she said. Okay, so great start out of the gates. I just wanted to clarify that.
We're working out the kinks.
Yeah. Now, do you want to talk about Will Smith now or later?
Let's just get it over with.
Okay.
Let's just get it over with. For anyone who was sleeping under a rock or missed it, Will Smith at the Oscars last night decided to bitch slap Chris Rock because Chris Rock made a joke about his wife. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith suffers from a condition called alopecia, which is a hair loss condition. You can't control it, right? Men suffer from it. They can't grow beards. They start to get bald patches. She has this, and that is why her head is shaved and she has short hair. And Chris Rock said,
apparently, though, Chris Rock was not aware of this. That's what I was.
Yes, he wasn't aware of it. He wasn't aware of it, but he's still just, and it wasn't a harsh joke or anything. He just said, Jada, looking forward to seeing G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah, great movie, by the way. Demi Moore, love that movie.
Yeah. Anyway, Will Smith walked up in the middle of the broadcast and open hand slapped Chris Rock in the face.
First, he was laughing at the joke.
Until his wife eye rolled.
Yeah. And then he felt it was necessary to get up, walk over to Chris Rock on the fucking stage and slap him in the face. Hard, like about as hard as you're going to slap somebody. Everyone thought it was a joke, or people were still thinking, is it a joke or whatever? And then he goes back to his seat and he starts dropping F-bombs. He says, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And then it becomes like, oh, this isn't a joke.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of people were saying it was fake, but I'm just like,
No.
Why on the night when you're nominated for Best Actor would you ruin your name and reputation like that?
100% not fake, I don't think. Do you?
I don't think so.
No.
People will say it's fake, and I could see why they might do it for the ratings and stuff, but it didn't make either one of them look good. And then like 6 minutes later, he won Best Actor, and he just looked like an asshole.
Yeah, big time.
So I don't know why you would do that if it's fake. What was the point?
No, it wasn't fake. There's no way. You could tell that it wasn't fake. And Will Smith was dropping F-bombs, which he doesn't do. Like he prides himself as like this wholesome fucking family guy, whatever. I'm pretty sure him and his wife are in an open relationship anyway, are they not?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Well, she is.
She is. So that's okay. They have like an open month or something. Like in the month of August, they're allowed to do whatever.
Open month. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
I don't know.
As far as I don't know what your take is on it, but my take on it is Will Smith completely out of line. That was a harmless fucking joke, man. Like, in my opinion, harmless. Was it not? Like, he didn't call his wife a fucking slut or a whore or make like a joke about that. Like, that was a harmless joke. Do you not think?
Yeah, it was a harmless joke. Now, he did a couple years ago when he was hosting. He made a joke about Jada Pinkett then. So I don't know if this carried over. But either way, it was everybody was talking about it today. So it definitely pulled in the viewers. It definitely pulled the attention to the Oscars. Because let's face it, if that doesn't happen, no one's really talking about the Oscars today.
Well, no one was talking about the Oscars anyway, but I don't know. And then, he gets up on stage and he's crying and he's whatever afterwards. Like, dude,
never apologized to Chris Rock.
No, he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. But anyway, I just thought it was like, I was obviously watching the Leafs game and I didn't catch it until like way later. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing, man? Like,
yeah, I saw it live.
Oh, crazy.
Like, I turned on the Oscars and all of a sudden he hit him and I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought, oh, they had this plan, but then everything went, they cut the volume and then they came back and the whole place was kind of like quiet. Nobody was laughing. It was weird. But anyway. You know who else got bitch slapped? The Toronto Maple Leafs Saturday night by Jake Allen.
They did. So Will Smith, though, like that was a dick move, right? Do you not
That
think?
was a dick move. Yeah, it was a total dick move.
It's completely unnecessary.
It just wasn't the right time or place. Like,
he thought it was funny.
I know, he laughed at the joke.
And then just all hell fucking breaks loose. But anyway. So, okay. Where are we going first here? Montreal?
Let's go back to Montreal.
Okay.
Leafs lose 4-2 to the Habs on Saturday night. A dominant performance by the Toronto Maple Leafs. But they didn't get the win. Again.
Yeah, they didn't get the win. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think here. Like, what'd they get? Fucking 51 shots on net? And what did they get? Goalied again? Like, what's the deal? Like, what's the deal with this Montreal game?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think Montreal was as bad as the shots on goal, but the Leafs definitely outplayed them.
Yeah, of course. Like, the Leafs were dominating the way I saw it. Like, completely dominated. Shalgren, dude, it was like shots were like 10-1 at one point in the first period. So, I don't know. Like, this was just... here's what I'm saying. Like, you lose again to Montreal. Like, that's great. You put up 51 shots. You dominated the game. That's all well and good. But you fucking lost 4-2 again to the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah. And you're looking for points anywhere you can get them. I mean, you know, they're back into the top three, but they were in a wild card.
They're in a wild card. They were in, yeah. And that's going to go back and forth for the next couple weeks here.
Like, Montreal's so bad. They won Saturday night, and they were eliminated from the playoffs.
I know. Well, yeah, they were, yeah, I know.
First team mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So
yeah. So, like, I don't look at this as like, okay, great. Like, a lot of those 51 shots, in my personal opinion, they weren't like quality chances. That's not how I saw this. A lot of perimeter stuff there. Did you see a lot of going to the net and front like net front presence and that in that game? I didn't.
No, that's what I mean. It wasn't the Leafs definitely dominated the play, but they didn't play they didn't play an exceptional game. You know, it wasn't like they were just filling Montreal and couldn't get it by Jake Allen. It just was what it was, man.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
It was what it was. Okay, what'd you think of Shalgren in this game? Not having a lot of action. Like, the Habs only put up 18 shots on net, but I thought Shalgren,
He played good.
he made some big, timely saves. The goals, like, I didn't really love the third goal, but what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Like-
it's tough. Like, he didn't have a shot on goal for like, what were the shots on goal in the first period?
Oh,
It's like
I don't know. It was
11-0
crazy.
in the first 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's tough to play that way, but
It is.
I thought he played a decent game. Yeah, it was just a weird game. It just felt like every time Montreal got a scoring chance, they scored. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like they didn't get much going, but when they got a scoring chance, they put it in the net.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So, I mean, there's not a lot to take away from this
I
game.
should
Like,
turn the comments on.
oh yeah, that's all good.
Chris was pissed on Saturday. He was
Yeah.
pissed on Saturday. Chris, I don't know if I was pissed.
I mean, after the game, like,
I don't know if
I
I was
don't know.
pissed. I was pissed reading Twitter because Montreal fans just act like, I don't know. They think fucking Cole Caulfield and Suzuki, and they think these guys are like just unbelievable. They're good,
yeah.
but they're not fucking.
Well, they beat the fucking Leafs every time they play them, so
Yeah,
I
but
mean, there's
I just don't see them being like elite all-stars in the league. I
no.
think they're really good players.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't know. They have been better since St. Louis took over, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever, Montreal, man. Like, it's hard to really say where they're at with Price being out, and like, it's really hard to say where that team is at. But I just don't love the giving away. Okay, like, look, I wasn't super stoked about this loss here because I'm thinking, okay, we go into Montreal, lose again. So no points on Saturday night. You got the best team in the fucking division, or in the Eastern Conference coming in on Sunday. They played on Saturday as well, and Mrazek going to net. So you're not feeling super confident about that. So I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Like, you don't get the points in the Habs game. There's a strong chance you're leaving this weekend fucking with a goose egg, and you're sitting in a wild card spot going into Boston on Tuesday. That didn't happen, but it could have easily happened. But all of a sudden, Chrome Dome has figured something out here a little bit.
Yeah, so let's move on to the Florida game.
Well, just before we do, so Mitch Marner, though, in the Habs game, again, 2 assists, 2-point night for Mitch Marner, led the team in points. Matthews gets his 47th of the season.
Yep.
And he's just inching closer.
Yeah, he
and
scored the
closer.
first minute in, and I felt like this was going to be a blowout.
He did.
And then it just...
So that was really it from that game. Marner, a couple assists. Matthews scores for his 47th. But the Leafs go into Montreal, and they lose again, 4-2. That is not the last time we play the Habs this season. We still got one more against these fuckers coming in on April 9th, Saturday night game. Montreal in Toronto for the last time. Like, can they finally figure one fucking out here and beat the Montreal Canadiens? Like, that would be nice. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be really nice. These are supposed to be not easy points, but they're supposed to be bankable points. Ones that you can sort of count on being there at the end of the year. And they are. It seems like Montreal beats them every time.
Yeah, it's shit. I'm fucking sick of it, man. Like,
This is the team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year. You should just fucking manhandle them every time.
I agree. And look, to sum up the Habs game, like 51 shots on net, that's great. But like we just said, I don't think a lot of that was like in tight or quality chances. Like, sure, the Montreal goalie did make a couple quality saves, but a lot of it was shots from the outside, perimeter shots. There wasn't a lot of in tight net front chances. And so I don't know. It's great. Like, yeah, 51 shots looks great on the scoreboard, but okay, like 51 shots, great. Like, it wasn't, in my opinion, quality shots. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chris says 14 points pissed away losing to non-playoff teams. It's
Well, there you go.
Very annoying. Yeah, that is. Those 14 points put you in first place in the division.
Half of them do. Half of them
Yeah,
So-
you win half those games.
Arizona, 2 losses to Arizona. How many losses to Montreal? 2 losses to Buffalo. Like, that adds up pretty fucking quick. Like, it's gonna cost them. There's like 16, 17 games left. Like, it's gonna cost them.
I don't understand how they can play teams like Carolina, Tampa, Florida, and just look so good, and yet Buffalo rolls into town. And I don't know if they're thinking, hey, this is going to be fucking easy. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the team. It doesn't matter in this league. You got to wine and dine if you want to put it in at the end of the night.
No, and that's right. And they should know by now that there's no. How many games have they lost to teams well below them? They haven't figured it out by now. It's insane. And
Yeah.
I'll just throw this one in there before we move on from the Montreal game, because you know I love this fucking statistic.
Hits.
What do you think the hits were in that game?
Well, I'm going to say Montreal had more.
Significantly. A significant amount more of hits. I can't even speak right now. The Habs had 30 fucking hits. The Leafs were registered with 11. 11 hits.
Right, but
Holy fuck.
the team that has the puck usually is the one getting hit. And the Leafs had the puck for the majority of that game.
Okay, fair. That's fair enough.
So, but anyway, it is what it is. We can't beat the fucking Montreal Canadiens. I don't know what it is.
Yep, that is basically it is what it is. So we'll see you again on the 9th of April for the last meeting this season. And against the Habs, and fuck, man. I don't know. Go from there, I guess. Hopefully they can pull one out against Montreal. That would be fucking nice.
Did you know it was the most lopsided shots in a Montreal game that they had won in franchise history?
What? Seriously? No, I did not know that. Oh, That just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
The Habs just keep on the gift that keeps
They were
on
basically
giving.
they were basically outshot 3-1, and they won the game. But
Crazy.
and then they roll into Florida they roll back home to play Florida on Sunday, and I'm thinking, well, fuck, back to back, Chrome's in the net, the garden hose is fucking going to be going loose. This team could score like none other. This is going to be an ugly night.
I know.
What happens?
Yeah.
The Leafs beat the Florida Panthers, a team that's only lost like a dozen times all year. Leafs win 5-2.
Yeah, man. This was an interesting one. I mean, honestly, Florida, okay, neither team is playing their starting goalie. Well, technically, Mrazek, whatever, but Bobrovsky wasn't playing because they played the night before. The Panthers barely squeaked out a win against the Senators the night before. They did. They were down 3-0 in that game against the Sens. They came back and ended up winning in a shootout, I believe. The Cougars, my mistake. But
The Cougs.
The good old Cougs here. So, but I'm watching this game thinking, okay, Leafs looking pretty good. Now, Sheldon makes some lineup adjustments going into this game because after the old Montreal game, he wasn't super stoked with some of the things that he was seeing. Now, I got Keith's comments queued up. You want to just listen to that before we continue about this?
Yeah, let's play Keith's comments after the Florida Panthers game.
This was after the Montreal game before the Florida game. Specifically, he's talking about Nylander here, but we can get in. Do you want me to play it now, or we'll talk about Nylander later, and I'll play it now?
Let's play it now, and we can get into it.
They're talking about Nylander after the Montreal game.
It's tough. It's tough. You know, it's like I said. Defensively, I don't know if we can play much better than that. You know, in terms of how we control play, you know, how we control the neutral zone. Not a whole lot happening. And that's a tough one to give up, but to me, that was the third or fourth play like that for Will, and that's why I thought it was time. But obviously, things have been piling up for that line for a while, so it was overdue.
Where are you at with him in general the last month or so? Like, are you satisfied with his play?
No, not close.
What do you think needs to improve? Is it defensively? Is it just scoring?
So I'm not even going to answer the questions. I mean, I don't need to pile on Will here. He knows what makes him great, and he knows what he needs to get back to.
Yeah.
So that was
You know what,
after
man?
that was after the Montreal game. Now Nylander had a glaring giveaway in
Yes.
that game that directly resulted in a Montreal goal. But so, and this is Will. I mean, look, Nylander. I wanted to get into him later, but like whatever, we can get into him later. But like Keefe switched the lines going into the Florida game, right? Did he switch the lines going into the Habs game or the Florida game?
Into the Florida game. He
Into the
mixed
Florida
them
game.
up during the Habs game.
Okay. So, but Nylander was still with Tavares for that Florida game or for the Montreal game, was
Yeah,
he not?
yeah.
Okay.
Until
So,
he just, and basically, I think it was the second or third Montreal goal. He just basically let the Montreal player float right by him, like no effort
Yeah,
whatsoever. And
Yeah.
but Keefe's always done this with Willie. He's had him since the Marlies, and he knows how to get him going. Not afraid to bench him. He doesn't do it to anybody else, but he does it.
This
to
has
Willie.
been going on for a while with Will now, though. Like, I mean, he has, from that line, has not played well. And they've, like, obviously Tavares had a big game. We'll get into the Panthers game here in a second. But, like, Nylander has not, this has been going on for months. Like, he just basically, since Marner came back, he's dropped off. He's still producing. Like, he'll still put the puck in the net here every now and then. But he just doesn't look like the same guy that,
At the start of the year that was tearing it up.
yeah, he just doesn't. I mean, someone was saying this earlier. I don't know if it was on one of the radio shows. Like, he does, like, and it's terrible to say this, but he doesn't look interested. He just looks like, oh, ho hum, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I might get a scoring chance, I might not, but I'm not really going to contribute.
That's always Willie's attitude. It's
not
been
good.
like that.
It's
No,
not
it's
good.
not good. But then you see what he did last year in the playoffs against Montreal, and you see what he did at the start of this year. He has it in him to be one of the best players on the ice, but he just, for whatever reason, doesn't do it on a consistent basis.
No, he doesn't, and it's really becoming more evident as of late. So we'll see what Nylander shows up in the playoffs and what have you, but it's a little concerning right now that he's just whatever. It seems like nothing motivates this guy. He beats to his own drum, and like look at Mitch. Like Mitch was down and Mitch was out, and everyone was calling out Mitch and his shitty play in the playoffs, and starting the season the way Mitch started, and then all of a sudden, you know, a couple injuries and he's out of the lineup, and then when he comes back, he is like he's meatloaf, dude. He is fucking meatloaf.
He's a bat out of hell.
He has been absolutely the hottest player probably in the fucking league. Like, he is 2-3 points, Chad, every fucking night for Mitch Marner. Every
I know.
night.
It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
It's
but
crazy.
anyway.
I love it. I love it.
So the Florida Panthers game, obviously we're thinking, here we go. Peter Mrazek. Like, I'm thinking, please.
Wearing the chrome bucket.
Well, I'm thinking, wear a different mask, man. Like, come on. Do not wear the chrome mask. But he did. And,
Yep.
hey, man, he played well enough to get the win. Like, he played pretty solid.
That was
game.
probably his best game in a long, long time.
Right. Well, now Keefe's all stoked, like, his last win, and, like, then Mrazek played against Montreal, and now Mrazek's got 2 solid games in a row. So, like, is his confidence building? I don't think so.
Is Keefe's or Mrazek's?
Well, both.
I think Mrazek's was. I think the play at the end of the game, getting the ovation from the fans.
Yeah, the fans were giving him a good cheer.
You got to remember, where could he go from up? He was on waivers. He basically was like being pushed out of town. There was nowhere to go but up.
Yep.
So every little bit's going to build his confidence.
Hey, man, that's the only place you want to go.
Up.
Is up. You don't want to go down. He's been soft. So soft. And obviously, with all his groin issues, I get it. Like, we get that.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be soft when you've got groin issues like
Well,
that. But now that he's going up, he's getting a bit harder. He's getting a bit harder.
He's getting a bit harder to play against.
Getting a little more stiff.
You said it in the last podcast, like Mrazek, he wasn't coming for the team, and we need him to come. Well, guess what? The Cougars rolled into town. That last 5 minutes, there were 6 Cougars on the ice for 5 minutes. He came all over the place.
he came all over those Cougars.
Yeah.
So, dude, like, all it takes apparently for this guy is you bring in a fucking batch of Cougars. And
It's game over.
He's game over. He's like, that's what he needs apparently to come. He needs a rink full of Cougars. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I kind of get that.
Yeah, I kind of respect him a little more now.
I kind of get it, man. Like, yeah, he likes a good Cougar, and there's nothing wrong with that. Panther, Cougar, same thing, right?
I mistake them all the time.
Yeah, so you're right, man. You hit the nail right on the head there. So Peter starts coming everywhere. There's Cougars everywhere. So like, as soon as the Cougars are in town, he starts deciding, it's time to start coming, boys. Here we go. Watch me come now. Look at me now. I'm coming all over the Cougars.
Look at it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. If that's me on the ice, and I got 6 Cougars coming at me in the last 5 minutes,
hard.
I don't know if I could hold it together, but he
rock
did.
hard.
But he held it rock hard until the final minute.
You're right. There's nowhere to go but up for him, and he went up and he stayed up for a bit. Now he did let in 2 goals, not really his fault. Like that's
gonna happen.
So he made 34 saves on 36 shots, and he came everywhere. He came everywhere.
Oh, there were Cougars everywhere he looked. There was a Cougar. He was there. He was coming to the left. He was coming to the right. He was coming straight on. He was coming on his back. He was coming on his stomach. He was everywhere.
He came on his head one time, I think.
Came on his head.
His mask kept getting just knocked off left and right. I think he came on his face.
He did. But he did it.
Yeah, he did. So good to see. Hey, man, good for him. And like you said, good. The crowd was behind him for probably the first time this season. So,
well, when you see a guy coming like that with 6 Cougars on the ice, all you can do is standing ovation.
Standing ovation for the Chrome Dome. Love that.
Doesn't matter what you think of the guy. When you see that, you gotta stand up and clap. That's all you can do.
100%. So
all you can do.
Right out of the fucking gates here. Right out of the fucking gates. We're talking less than a minute in. What do we have happen here? We got a little situation going down. We got a double shot tonight. But this is the first one. We got a little coming from the point. First time ever, I think, for this guy. First time ever. He's breaking his tip-in virginity.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Just the Tip.
Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Dude.
This was
TJ Brody.
It was all TJ Brody.
Yeah, Brody's been great, man. TJ Brody with a little slap pass. Ooh. Morgan Riley parked right in front of the net. He's just banging away. He says, right here, boys. I got it right here. I'm gonna tip it past him right here.
Yeah, got it.
When he got home from Montreal on Saturday night, he went home, tested virtue. He put a little tip-in action himself on Saturday. So he went back-to-back tip-ins for Morgan Riley. He had a little tip-in action at home on Saturday night when he got home. The wee hours of Sunday morning, if you want to say. Then he wakes up on Sunday. He goes down to the rink. He sees a bunch of fucking Cougars everywhere. And he says, I'm putting another tip in. He has never, this is his first tip in on the show. He has never ever had a tip in that I believe, because he's usually not in front of the net, right? Like,
no, he set up a lot of tip ins. He set up many tip ins.
Sure.
Yeah, it was good to see. But you know what it showed me? This game showed me the Cougar hunters. Oh, the guys on the team who, when the Cougars hit the ice, they get it up. They get ready to play. And Morgan Riley's one of those guys, man. He had a great game. And yeah, what a beautiful tip.
It was great.
Beautiful tip.
Like you heard off the top of the show in the intro there, Joe Bowen called it a beautiful tip. Now, if you got like Bonesy knows what's up about a tip. If you got Joe Bowen calling it a beautiful tip, it is a beautiful tip.
When your nickname's Bonesy, you know it.
That's right. So, hey, man, good for Morgan Riley. He gets his tip-in virginity, breaks the cherry on his tip-in virginity on this show, and he goes back-to-back tip-ins Saturday night at home with Tessa and against the Cougs on Sunday. Tip-in, Morgan Riley, congratulations. An absolutely beautiful tip-in.
Beauty.
And we're not done with tips tonight, so you just hang on. More to come later on that. So 1-0 right out of the gates on the Cougs. So they get a good jump on them, but then Florida comes back, and like they tie it up, and we go to the second. This was an evenly matched. Like the 5-2 score is a little deceiving here, right? Wasn't really a 5-2 game, don't you think?
Yeah, no. It was every time you looked, it was like even shots, even face-off wins, even time on ice, puck possession. It was like these two teams are they're matched, pretty well matched.
They are. So Florida, it was tied 1-1 at the end of the first. And then Florida goes up early in the second period. They take a 2-1 lead. Then the Leafs get a power play. And Mitch Marner, another fucking great game for Mitch. I think he had 3 assists in this game as well. They're on the power play. Mitch is kind of roaming around the point. Another kind of little slap pass, a beautiful pass he sees this was not that, sorry. I think he just ripped it through, or maybe it was Riley on Tavares' first goal. The goalie made the save, and then Tavares
showed a lot of patience, held on to the puck, went to his backhand, lifted it over the Cougar pad.
That's right. To make it 2-2 at that point. And then they go back to the power play around the 11-minute mark. And this, now things are going in the right direction here. As soon as this boy starts fucking getting her going and he starts tipping the puck.
How long has it been since this guy had a tip?
It's been a while, but things are going. So here's the thing. Tavares is playing. Nylander pops down. He's playing on the third line with Kampf and Engvall. And Mikheyev is up playing with Tavares and Kerfoot for this game. Any coincidence that both Tavares goals came on the power play, but Tavares
had a great game.
Oh yeah, I know he did. Like he got hit early, which maybe kind of he didn't really like that little early hit kind of from behind.
Okay,
there.
But in general, did you think the second line showed a little more spunk?
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. I don't know what that would be though. Like
might have been getting Willie off that for a bit.
Just taking the laziest player on the team off of that line because he's the laziest player on the team.
Yeah, he's got so much skill and so much upside, but he floats. When he wants to float, he's floating.
Oh, he is without a doubt the laziest player on the team. No doubt about it. But yeah, and Mikheyev is not. Mikheyev he's jumping in every time he can, he's rushing the net like every fucking time possible. So did that have something to do with it? I don't know. Like I said, both JT's goals were power play goals, but look, every time that Tavares has a tip in, things are going well. Second time tonight. It's a time
for just the tip again.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
This one was like, if they were to teach in school the basics of tipping,
clinic.
This is the goal they would show.
Yeah.
You have a Cougar in net.
That's right.
You got JT out front.
Mm-hmm.
Hard. Mm-hmm. Like he had his hands so deep on the shaft.
That's right.
So close to the head of the shaft.
That's right.
And just fucking tipped her home.
He did, man. Like,
textbook.
Absolutely tip. Textbook. And you see Mitch Marner, he saw him there too. And Mitch knows. He's like, all I got to do is feather this puppy over there like a fucking bullet. And my boy, Johnny Toronto, he's going to tip this in like fucking butter. No problem. Like making pancakes on Sunday. Like no fucking problem for this guy.
Whip the batter and pour it out.
That's right. He's pouring that batter out everywhere. All over the kitchen. He is just blasting batter all over the kitchen on a Sunday morning. So... Look, man, you said it. Absolutely fucking textbook tip. But things are going well when Tavares all of a sudden you could see him too once he tipped that in, he's behind the net, he's smiling. You rarely see that out of him, but it probably felt so good. He had one a couple weeks ago. It had been so long. He did have one a couple weeks ago, but that was the weird one that kind of bounced off the defenseman's stick. This one was like, he's like, no. This was no mistake. No mistake. This was a for sure. He's like, I feel it. I'm feeling this one. I'm putting the fucking tip in. I'm tipping it in the net like I fucking was born to do. And he did it. That makes it.
Born to do. That's right.
He was. He was born to do.
Made for this.
He was absolutely. So that makes it 3-2 Leafs, and that ends up being the game winner. What a fucking surprise. Johnny Tippin with the tip-in to make it 3-2 Leafs, and that's your game winner right there. So it's 3-2 Leafs at the end of the third, or at the end of the second. You go to the fucking third period. Mikheyev, a nice fucking breakaway, cuts in. Deeks, Mikheyev has been fucking awesome.
He did that exact same move a couple games.
Exact same goal.
Awesome.
Yeah. So another nice goal by Mikheyev, and that's his 14th on the season. Absolutely incredible. Tavares' goals were his 21st and his 22nd of the season, by the way. And so even though it's been slow for Tavares, he's still got 22. He could possibly get to 30, but probably unlikely. But maybe if he starts heating up here, who knows?
Yeah.
But 25, I would
that.
say. He might. He'll probably push 30 goals, but maybe won't get there. And then Matthews fires the biscuit in the empty net at the 1959 mark of the third period for his 48th goal of the season. He's now 2 shy of 50, and we'll get to him as soon as we stop talking about this game. But the Leafs beat the Florida Cougars 5-2. Mitch Marner, 3 assists. Morgan Riley, a goal and 2 assists. Austin Matthews, a goal and assist. Tavares, 2-goal night. Couple other guys with single goals or single assist nights. But overall, hey, man, they move out of the wild card spot, but technically they're tied with Boston in the standings, but they're sitting third in the Atlantic right now. Good game. You beat the Panthers, roll in. Mrazek plays well. Yep. Tavares and Marner play well. They lead the way past the top team in the Eastern Conference. And, you got 2 games left against Florida, so it is not totally out of reach that they still could technically finish first in the division. Win your games. Right. Stop losing to teams like fucking Montreal and Buffalo.
Yeah, and I don't know about first place, but definitely you should be fighting for home ice advantage in the first round. You should start game 1 at Scotiabank Arena. And you have a chance to do that and just fucking win.
I agree. Win. Did this game, and it's only one game, and Mrazek's playing net, and it's not, it's not Florida's number 1 goalie in there either. But did this game not give you a little bit of okay, we could play these guys in a
but I think, like I said, they've
playoffs.
They've beaten Tampa by playing a great game. They've beaten Carolina by playing a great game. I think that all the time, and then they'll go into Buffalo and lose 5-1. Or they'll play Ottawa, and Ottawa will beat them in a fucking shootout or some shit like that. So I don't know, but I do know this. Their power play had been struggling, and JT brought it back to life, and I hope it stays that way, because what a difference special teams will make in the playoffs. Last year, they couldn't score a power play goal if their life depended on it. A couple of those power play goals, a couple of those tips in the playoffs, you could get past the first round.
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree. Their special teams still, Florida, their penalty kill as well. They killed, Florida was 0 for 3 on the power play. Leafs were 2 for 2, 2 goals by Tavares, like you just said. And the hits in this game, little closer. They were still out hit, 39 by the Cougars, 32 by the Leafs.
Better.
Closer though, but.
Chris says he was pumped after the game. Loved how the Leafs matched the Cougars in every aspect. Chris, 2 things. You're right. And number 2, you're also right about the Cougars. That is the actual name of the Florida Panthers, is the Florida Cougars.
Yes. So huge 5-2 win. And they're staying with the pack there. You got to dude. Florida, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Boston. It is about as tight as it fucking gets. And I love that. But
but it's so funny, because outside of that, it's loose as a goose. Once you get out of the playoff teams, the other teams have no shot. No shot.
No, for sure.
Anyway, where are we going now?
Well, let's go with a little bit of goalie talk here. Now, I thought Källgren played pretty decent
in Montreal.
But and then I thought Mrazek played pretty decent against Florida at home. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do now? You got Boston and Winnipeg this week. What do you do?
I
Campbell's getting close. He's taking the road trip to Boston with them. He's not going to play, but he's taking the road trip.
I'm playing Mrazek against Boston.
Yeah.
I think after the Florida game, you have to. You have to. And I'm playing Kallgren against Winnipeg.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if I would run Mrazek in a string of games. Like maybe if Mrazek comes out and he comes all over the place against the Bruins, then
that's hard to do twice.
Oh my God.
He came so much against the Cougars. See, I think they're going to play Mrazek, but I'd almost go with Kallgren against the Bruins because Mrazek is going to be like
spent,
empty gun butt. Like it is empty. It is empty.
Shooting blanks.
Yeah, and more on that later.
All right, but yeah, no, I think I'm pretty sure they're going to start Mrazek.
I think so too.
And if he has a dynamite game, it's not a back-to-back. Play him against Winnipeg. If Jack's getting close, and you can get Mrazek going, then run it out. I love Kallgren, what he's done so far, but he's still just a young player. You don't really know what you have. I would play him against the Jets if they want to get him another start. But that game, I have a funny feeling, is going to be a shit show.
Okay, against Winnipeg?
Yeah.
So, well, here's the thing. How far away is Campbell? Like, we don't know. And I just realized
they won't say anything.
No. And look, we'll see. Like, I think you might see Jack back on again. He could be back as early against Winnipeg. He's not going to play against the Bruins, but he might play against Winnipeg. Maybe. And if not Winnipeg, I believe their next game after that, they go on the road for a few games. They're in. He will be back on that. If it's not against the Jets, they're going on the road. Philly. I can't remember who else they play there. Who do they have? Philly. Oh, fuck. And then a back-to-back against the Lightning and Florida again, and then in Dallas. So they're going after the Winnipeg game at home. They're going on a 4-game road trip. If Jack's not back for the Jets game, he will be back sometime on that road trip, 100%. So,
yeah.
We'll close. See. Yeah, it's.
I can't wait for Campbell to get back in the net.
Oh, me too, man. Me too.
I'm really looking forward to it.
So, what do you want to talk a little bit about this cat here, Austin Matthews?
He's gonna hit 50.
Could happen
by the end of the week.
By the end of the week. So, yeah, he's got 48 goals. He's 2 away from 50. He's just, everything goes according to plan here. He's blowing past Rick Vive. Like, blowing past it.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Do you not think? Like, yeah, and it doesn't, and whatever. Like, individual awards and accolades. Whatever, right?
They showed that list of top goals in the first 6 seasons at the start of the Florida game, and Matthews was like number 6 on the list. 200, I don't know what it was, 200 and whatever goals. And I get this when everyone brings up, oh, he's going to beat Rick Vive, and Rick Vive had 54 goals or 53 goals or whatever it is. Dude, it is so much harder to score now. Like, what Matthews is doing is incredible. It was a lot easier to score in the 80s and early 90s.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, Matthews, man, 50 goals. He's missed games. This is unbelievable. Him and Alex Ovechkin, I think, are the 2 greatest goal scorers of the past decade.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, Ovechkin. I think Ovechkin eventually, I think Ovechkin will beat Gretzky and go down as the greatest goal scorer.
Could you imagine Ovechkin playing in the 1980s? He'd be getting like 90, 100 goals a year.
He would. And that's why I think Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer of all time. That's my personal opinion. I think he'll play until he beats Gretzky's record. But, yeah, man, Matthews,
it's close. Chris says, imagine if he ever pulls off getting 60. I think he's going to. I think he might do it this year. He only needs 12 in 18 games.
Yeah, that's very possible. Very possible. Would be the first Leaf ever to score 60 goals. So, yeah, that'll be interesting down the stretch here to see exactly where he ends up. He's flying past 50 for fun. I think he beats Rick Vive's record, and then anything on top of that will just be, can he push 60 goals? That'll be the next one, I guess. But I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like you said, by the end of the week, Boston, Winnipeg, and Philadelphia, he should have 50 goals by the end of Saturday night for fun.
He could have 2 in Boston and it's over.
That's true.
So
I kind of hope he does it at home though. But
I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get.
Dude, it's been that's true. It's been so long since. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Leaf has scored 50 goals. It's crazy, but
He's the greatest goal scorer in a Maple Leafs uniform I've ever seen in my life.
for sure. Oh, without a doubt.
And I
without a
remember
doubt.
Dave Andrechuk getting 50. I remember Wendell Clark's wrist shot. This guy he's better. He's better than all those players.
And I should also throw out, they said this on the broadcast too, Mitch Marner is the youngest Maple Leaf ever. He got his 300th assist the other night. It's the youngest Maple Leaf ever to get 300 assists. So
Again, in an era when it's hard to score.
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
good on him.
yeah. Mitch is just absolutely fucking killing it too. So those guys together. I mean, we talked briefly about. Let's go back to Nylander just for a second. So we talked briefly about Tavares and Keefe switching the line with Mikheyev and dropping Nylander down to the third line. What do you think the deal is here? Like, they're just trying to send a message to Nylander to get him going, and ultimately he'll be back on the second line with Tavares? Or can you see a situation where they just give Tavares new line mates and say, Nylander, fucking, you're on your own, bud?
That's a really good question. That is that is a tough one, because if you get JT going, is there really a reason to put Nylander back on that line?
No.
No.
Because guess what's going to happen here? Like, look, I don't know. Are we watching the beginning of the end of William Nylander right now?
No, I don't think so. I think
You don't?
Nylander. I think he's gonna flick a switch and he's gonna become one of the hottest players in the league again. He does this every year. He does it every year.
Okay,
I'm
but-
surprised it didn't happen against the Cougars, but
But the way that I'm talking about with this team here, like if you're looking at the way this team wants to play and they want everybody to buy in, defensively sound, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, all their top guys are defensively sound. Like fucking Sesame Street, one of these things doesn't belong. Guess which one it's become? 88. He does not give a fucking shit about being responsible in his own end. He doesn't fucking care.
no, he doesn't. He is one of the hardest players to watch. The floating, the lazy back checking. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the demotion will get him going.
Unlikely, because I don't think there's something, I don't know. I hate to question like a guy's heart and all that, but like the truth is, it's like he really only, what does he care about? What that's what I want to know. Like, what does he truly care about? Does he give a fuck about the Leafs? Does he care about winning? Does it bother him when he loses? Or is he just finesse and I get my cherries, I'll pop in a fucking goal here and there, and that's what I'm going to give you, and then I'll go cold for a couple months, and then I might get hot for a month, and
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be funny to sort of get to know him. I was watching Brian Burke do an interview, and he was talking about the combines when they interview the rookies, and it was a good point. He said one of the questions they ask is, what is your favorite hockey memory? Because they want the player to say, it was when we won, our Pee Wee championship. It was when we won the national championship. He's like, if you get a player that says, it was when I scored 100 goals as a 10-year-old. It was when I put up 300 points and this. He's like, that's not the guy you want on your team. You don't want the guy who's just looking for me. You want the guy whose memories are, hey, I remember the time we won. We did it together as a team. I would like to know what he drafted Willie, so he must have saw something. But
well,
I would like to know.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Dave Nonis? And
Yeah.
he was sort of a part of that whole group. It was Brendan Shanahan, but I'm pretty sure it was Dave Nonis that drafted him.
Yeah, it was.
But
So-
I think Nylander has a bit of that in him, where it's not a team thing, it's a Willie thing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what, I can't say it any better. That's 100% how I feel about it. And maybe we'll get a little more into this like next podcast. We'll do maybe wet puck or dry stick and throw some other scenarios around and see what's up. But I don't know, with Willie right now, like just before we move off, like what do you think? Like, do you see him getting back in the top 6 here? Or do you think he maybe, like I've mentioned this before, like you play with guys like Kampf and Engvall and whatever who are responsible in every aspect of the game. Is that Keefe's logic? Just like, look, I'm going to put him with guys who play. That can't even be it really either, though, because Tavares plays responsibly in his own end, and so does Kerfoot too. So
I think you can't go lower than the third line.
No.
You can't put him on the fourth line. You just can't.
Does it bother him, though? That's the whole thing. That's
yeah,
the whole thing.
I think it does bother him.
I don't know.
It's got to be a shot to your ego.
Still getting his power play time and all that. Take him off the power play, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Keefe will do stuff like this.
Put
Like
fucking.
maybe he'll take him off the power play. Maybe he benches him for a game.
Oh, at this time of year, that would be tough, man. I don't know.
It would be tough, but if you really want to send a message, like if he's not doing anything, I know that's the weird thing is he's still putting up points. But we can all see he's lazy as fuck.
100%. So, okay, I want to talk a little bit about the fourth line. There's been, I know it's not, huge hot button issue here or whatever, but little bit. What's your thoughts on the fourth line here? Spezza and Simmons specifically. Blackwell's came in and looked good, I thought, like kind of actually driving that line right now. Specifically Simmons and Spezza. What are your thoughts here? Does the fourth line need a new look?
I don't know. Some nights it looks really good. They're not putting in any points.
Zero. Like nothing.
So that's an issue. But Spezza wins a lot of draws. So that controls the puck, which is a good thing. Simmons, you're going to need him because if you're going to play a team like Florida or Boston in the first round, you're going to want Simmons in the lineup. But, yeah, the way Blackwell plays, little Energizer Bunny, just skating around, hitting people, going to the net, doing things like that, maybe they could use another winger like that, but that would mean Simmons would have to sit.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Spezza,
So
remember the line they had? What was it? It was like Thornton with Adam Brooks and
yeah, Spezza too.
Spezza, yeah. But you had a little spark plug going in there, and that's kind of what Blackwell's doing right now. A little bit of speed, a little bit of energy on that line.
So they've got so Wayne Simmons, like just statistically, absolutely god awful. Like no goals in his last 30 games. He has no primary assists in his last 18 games. Hasn't gotten what's he got? Has he gotten a fight this season? Maybe one or two. So he doesn't fight anymore. Like, what is he bringing? I don't even see him really throwing. I guess he'll finish checks, kind of, but not even really that. Like he doesn't even really bring that aspect anymore. Like I don't want to huge get on Simmons here, but like he is just I don't know, man. Like it's not good that he's not. I'm questioning taking Simmons out of the lineup for some youth.
Well, and they've done that. They've made him a healthy scratch before.
I don't think he was a healthy scratch in that situation.
You think that was salary cap?
No, I think it was something else. He had something else going on.
Well, he had a baby.
I know. So I think I don't think he's been a healthy scratch. I think he was out of the lineup for something else. I don't think he's been a healthy scratch. I could be wrong.
I totally agree with you, and I keep wondering when it's going to happen. There's even been some games that they've played where the game has gotten chippy, and it's kind of you have had guys like Ragdoll and some of the Leafs' best players and stuff, and I'm always thinking to myself, all right, Wayne Simmons is going to get out there. He's going to take someone. He's just going to show them you don't fuck around with Toronto, and he hasn't done that.
No.
He's not doing anything. Like, if you're not doing that and you're not scoring and putting up assists, like at least Spezza is winning faceoffs. Like you're putting him in hard positions to win faceoffs and he's winning it. It sounds whatever, but the guy's making league minimum. At least he's doing that. But what is Wayne Simmons doing?
No, I hear you. So I don't know what they're going to do there. Like with Nyes, they got the other kid, Ambrusier or whatever. They're playing in Boston on Tuesday. Apparently he's meeting them there. You might see him in the lineup. So I don't know what they're going to do here, but some injection of some youth. Maybe you bring Robertson back up. I don't know, but I would like to see more out of Simmons. But you look at last year, they didn't take Thornton out. They didn't take Simmons out. They played these guys in the playoffs. It didn't work.
No.
You might see a scenario here where they just stick with the veterans, and I don't know. But I wouldn't mind a shakeup there, like Simmons. Something's up there. Like he's just not, to me, he's not bringing – yeah, it's fourth line. I'm talking about a fourth line guy, but like I just think they need more out of. You're gonna need four lines cooking if you want to go on a fucking deep run. And like,
well, you want to be able to play your fourth line and feel confident about it. And you don't want them to score, but you want to feel confident about it. And the thing is that Simmons doesn't have a ton of like upside hockey wise. You know what I mean? He did years ago, but now at this age. Yeah. He's not a great skater. He's not a great shooter. He's not a great passer. He doesn't win draws.
No.
So if he's not fighting...
Dude, they got Simmer signed for another year or two, eh?
I'm okay with that.
Well, he's not doing anything.
I know, but there could be something about it. I'm okay with it. If he just shows up and does his job, I'm okay with it. Spezza, I'm not going to say anything bad about Spezza. He signed here for league minimum. He's still got skill. He can still put the puck in the net. And the guy is a face-off wizard.
Yeah, no, like I was talking more about Simmer. Like, I mean, you can't, I'm not going to say anything bad about Spezza because look at how many times has Spezza stood up for this team when nobody else has. Like, yeah, read that one.
Oh, Mikey Zamboni just
Love
jumped
it.
in and says, hey, guys, watching live in Australia.
Love it. Love that. Love that.
Mikey, welcome.
Well, Mikey, you're going to love this because we're about to get to the final segment of the night and start winding this puppy down, Chad. Introduce it.
It's time for Hot in the Slot or Hit the Showers.
He's so hot right now. All right, goddammit, let's hit the showers, goddammit.
All right.
So lately what we've been doing is we've been doing the showers first. Who's going to go have a little meeting with the Eagle in the shower? And then we've been doing Who's Hot in the Slot. We're going to continue that? We're going to do showers first?
Sure, we can do the showers.
All right. Do you want me to go? Do you want you to go? Are
You
we going
go.
to say the same guy?
I'm all over the map on this one, so depending on who you say, I might say the same guy or somebody else. You go ahead.
Well, I won't get too into it because we've talked enough about him here, but he's put up points, but I think Willie Nylander
Yeah.
needs to get in the shower, put a little soap in the flow, reach into the pocket, grab a beer, talk to Eddie.
Yeah.
I think it could really help him.
Yeah.
I think it could really pull him out of this.
If anything's going to do it, that might be what it's going to take. Now, it sucks putting Nylander in the showers, but he needs a long, hard, either hot or cold shower, maybe a mixture of both. But Belfour needs to be in there. You're right, man. Like, something needs to wake this fucking guy up, and he needs a trip in the shower. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to do it. Like, it's so hard with this guy. I don't know what it's going to take for Nylander to consistently, like, it might just not be in his DNA. Like, he's too cool. He's just too fucking cool.
Chris says this is his favorite part, Hot and Slot at the showers.
Well, look, man. So, fingers crossed for Nylander that he will start to wake the fuck up and do what's needed to do to actually have fucking success with this team. Because if he keeps playing like this, he is going to find himself fucking benched in the playoffs. Like, you can't put that effort out in the fucking playoffs. There's no way.
No. But yet last year he was the best player on the team in the playoffs. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect.
I know. It's so weird.
Oh, Mikey Zamboni. Hold on. Timeout from Hot in the Slot. One of our live streamers.
Oh.
It's Rusty Bits from Instagram.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
Rusty. I didn't know you were in Australia.
No,
shout
me
out.
neither.
Shout out.
Shout out, Australia. Fucking right, bud. All right, well, Mikey Zamboni, listen to this one. You know who's going in the shower this week? And you said Nylander, and we just said Simmons. I could have easily said Simmons, but you know who I'm going to put in the shower? Because, yeah, he's played a bit better, but I don't think he's there quite yet. You take that chrome helmet and you get in the fucking shower. It's Peter Mrazek. It's Peter Mrazek.
Oh, that's cruel.
No, man. No. One good game, two good games. That is not enough. Look at the sample size here, man. I've got memories of that Outdoor Heritage Classic game burned in my fucking brain forever. It's not just as easy as one good game against the... Now, look, did he come all over the Cougars? Sure. That's a step in the right direction. But you're not fully there yet. Here's what you need to do, Peter. Get in the
Get in the shower
Get
and
in the
talk
shower.
to someone who has come all over the Cougars plenty of times.
He might be coming all over the Cougars when you go in there. When he already might be in there with the Cougars, coming all over the Cougars
Or
in
at
the shower.
least he'll have stories of how it's done.
Listen, this guy used to play for the fucking Cougars, okay? He played for the Cougars and the Leafs, Eddie Belfour, so he knows what's up again about the Cougars. So here's what's going to happen. Peter Mrazek, you go in the shower. Now, Eddie Belfour, he's got time for you now because it looks like you're getting things going a little bit.
Rusty Bit says, no, Raz has been good. I told you can't rag on him right now.
No,
Can't
look.
rag on him.
Look, he's been... What are we
Trying to
talking?
build his confidence
Good.
back up.
He's been good. What are we talking? Randy Carlyle here? He's okay. Just okay.
He's
Good.
okay. Just
Come
okay.
on, man. What are we talking about here? He's been shit. He's had 1 or 2 good games in his last couple games. I need to see more than that. He's in the showers.
He had 6 Cougars all over him for 5 minutes, and he held it hard.
Okay, that's fine. Now get in the shower. Get in there with Eddie. He's going to teach you about the Cougars. He's going to teach you a little more in depth. A little bit more in depth is what you need here, Mrazek. For me, just get in the showers. If you go into Boston and you win there, maybe you fucking get rolling here and get cooking. You might get out of the showers. But as of right now, I'm sorry. Peter Mrazek, he's in the showers. It's just not enough for me. It's just not enough yet. It's not enough. Sorry to do it, Pete, but I mean, here's what's really going to happen. Lose the chrome mask, and then we'll talk. But until that happens, get in the shower, get the leather jacket going with Eddie Belfour, fire out some loads over those Cougars, and we'll see what's cooking after that. Okay, who's hot? Who's hot?
Well, it could only be one person.
It's Peter Mrazek.
It's Peter Mrazek. Big win over the Florida.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Peter Mrazek for running on the slot. Big win over. He put on the chrome bucket. He beat the Cougars. They were coming hard at him. He stayed hard at them. Two big wins. I'm going to give it to Mrazek. This week. I could give it to Mitch, but we always give it to Mitch and Austin and everybody else. But you know what, Peter? You had a good week. So you're my hot in the slot.
Dude, this might be the first time ever. Maybe. I don't know. We've been doing this a while now. So
I think it's the first time I've ever picked a goalie.
This might be the first time. Well, maybe that too. But this might be the first time ever where one of us has picked the same person for hit the showers and the same person for hot in the slot. I don't know if that's ever happened before. I don't know. Man, I can't remember.
For where he was, like in the gutter, on waivers, just fucking at the end, to come out and have a good game against the Cougars and beat them. I'm gonna give it to him. Now next week I could have him in the showers with Eddie. So
I hear you, but that is just not enough for me.
But who you got for hot?
It's just not enough for me.
If Eddie has a goalie in there, is it more intimate? The players
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's more.
Oh yeah,
it's late at night. Everybo's gone.
Yeah, it's very one-on-one. Very one-on-one.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, everyone's gone. It's very one-on-one. Yeah, things get real loose in there at that time. At that time of night, things start getting real loose. But
you soap my back, I'll soap yours.
Well, they have to tie the soap up at that point. You don't want to take any fucking chances. You got to make sure that thing is tied. Nowhere near the ground with Belfour around.
Oh God, no.
So look, man. Yeah, like you said, it's easy. You could pick Mitch Marner. Obviously, you could pick Austin Matthews, whatever. And I will say this, by the way, I'm not picking Mitch Marner, but just before I get to who I did pick, Mitch Marner now has 74 points. Matthews is leading the team with 83. So Marner is still within catching distance, and he blew past Nylander, who was still stuck at 59 points. Remember when Mitch was like 20 behind Willie?
We said on our podcast, is there a chance William Nylander could finish second behind Matthews in scoring? And Mitch Marner's like, hold my beer.
No chance.
It's fucking
no
done.
Chance. Anyway, you know who I'm picking?
Peter
this
Mrazek.
week? No, I'm not. Hot in the slot for me this week is Magnum PI.
Oh.
It's Timothy Liljegren, who I think has played absolutely fucking incredible since being paired with Mark Giordano. And he grew back his fucking full mustache. Yeah, no coincidence there, folks.
Which is, you'll notice mine's gone.
That's very sad. So sad. Was that gone? Was that shaved? When did that get shaved?
Well,
before the Montreal game, after the Montreal game, before the Cougar game, after the Cougar game?
It was before the Montreal game. Okay. So after we did our last podcast, like my wife said, it's too much. So I tried trimming it till it was a little smaller, but she just couldn't get into it. So I had to do it.
That's fair. That's fair, man. That's fair. So yeah, for me, it's Timmy Liljegren. Like, I love the way this guy has played. I think he has looked absolutely awesome.
Do you think Gio helps him?
Oh fuck, are you kidding me? I think his confidence has gone like through the roof, man. Like look at the plays he was making last night. He's going to the net. Even in Montreal, he's laying hits. He just looks
Giordano's a beast.
No, he is, but I think Liljegren has been awesome, and I think it's gonna be a tougher conversation than maybe originally thought when Muzzin comes back and Sandin's healthy, and like I don't know, Liljegren I think is in the mix. Like I wouldn't for sure say, like, can you for sure say that Jake Muzzin is going to play better than what Liljegren's playing right now?
I mean, he gives you more size, but no, I can't say that.
I don't know. We'll
can't
see.
Say that.
We'll see what happens.
Say.
But
well,
anyway, so yeah, that's
how the slot hit the showers.
Yeah, that's right. So,
you got anything else before we go?
Yeah, I do. So we'll be back. When will we be back here?
We'll probably be back
Friday.
Friday.
They play Thursday. So they play the Bruins and they play the Jets on Tuesday and Thursday. So maybe we come back on Friday.
Join us for a Friday night live stream of episode 140 because I have this suspicion that the Winnipeg game is going to be nuts. Something's going to happen in that game. I can feel it. Something's going to happen in that game.
Probably so.
Join us Friday night for that. But anyway, what do you want to go out on? I know you got something cooking.
I do have something cooking. One is serious and one is not serious. So you want serious first or not serious first?
Yes, serious first so we can go out on a good note.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. Like, you and I are big music guys, right? So when, like, I heard the news about Taylor Hawkins, like, absolutely brutal, right? 50 years old.
Got it.
Brutal, man. They had just played. He passed away on the 25th. Foo Fighters just played their last show on the 20th. They were in Columbia. They were getting ready to play that night, Friday night on the 25th, when apparently, like, you know, there was a call made. I guess he was experiencing chest pains, apparently. Have you heard that information?
No, I just heard the toxology or whatever.
Yeah,
there's initial toxology.
There's been some substances, like they said, 10 different substances found in his the initial toxology.
Either way, man.
Yeah. So we don't know. We won't know. Like, we don't know what the exact cause was.
No, you won't know for weeks.
Apparently, there was, like, he was experiencing chest pain, and there was an ambulance called, and something happened. So, cardiac something of some kind, like heart failure, whether he had a heart attack or whether it was something.
He was 50, which isn't old. But if
No.
you're gonna put stuff in your system and play that game, 50 is old.
Yeah, no, for sure. And in 2001, like only a few years after he joined the Foo Fighters, he almost died of a heroin overdose in 2001. He was in a coma for like 2 weeks. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I do.
So,
I read that I read some book, but not a Foo Fighters book. I forget what it was, but anyway, that was a long time ago. That's 20 years ago.
But honestly, Taylor Hawkins, incredible drummer, incredible singer. You ever seen him when he gets out from behind the kit and like him and Dave switch?
Man, he does all the harmonies in that band.
Yeah, well, him and Dave get out, like they switch. Dave will go back and play drums, and Taylor would come out and they would do Queen songs or Zeppelin songs, and Taylor would come out and sing. And anyway, incredible musician, an absolute incredible drummer, one of my favorite drummers. And you know, we saw Taylor play live. I saw him play live with Alanis when he was still with Alanis Morissette. We saw Alanis, he was there, and saw him play live with the Foo Fighters as well. But just absolutely, like, couldn't believe it when I saw that one. I'm like, what? Seriously, man? Fuck, that is.
Yeah, that's a big loss. Big loss. But anyway, rest in peace, Taylor, and
Dave Grohl, man. Like, can you imagine? Like, it's hard to picture the Foo Fighters without Taylor Hawkins, is it not?
Oh, yeah, you can't. You can't picture it.
What do you think they do there? What do you think they do?
They'll probably move on, but it'll be a while. I
don't know. The only other guy I could picture playing drums for that band is already in that fucking band.
There's somebody.
Well, maybe it's Dave. Maybe Dave puts the guitar down and he starts singing while he's playing drums.
Maybe.
But Taylor Hawkins is.
But I would say right now, like the age that they're at and where they're at in their career, just take some time.
A lot of time over that one.
Take a lot of time and just relax.
Apparently, Dave and Taylor's relationship was like best friend relationship. It was like way beyond music, right? So that's a tough one. Anyway, that really sucks. Yeah. But
all right, what is the not serious?
I'm gonna keep it light here. I'll keep it light. We'll go out on this. I don't know if you saw this or not, but this was out on. I saw this sometime last week that they're really working on male birth control. Did you see this article?
No, but give it to me.
Male birth control pill, 99% effective on mice. human trials to start soon. You got to start on the mice, I guess.
How do you start a human trial? Like, what if it doesn't work and the guy's like, "Oops, I got the girl pregnant."
Okay, they've now listen to this. Scientists have developed a non-hormonal male birth control pill with 99% effectiveness, with no obvious side effects in mice so far. Okay, now this findings for the study were presented at the American Chemical Society Spring 2022 conference in San Diego, also known as whale's vagina.
San Diego is German for a whale's vagina.
Love that.
That's
Love
not
that.
true. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. So anyway, typically, I don't know if there's been in the past, like if this has been tried or not, but apparently it's like a non-hormonal thing. So what that exactly means, I don't fucking know. But I just find it very interesting that they were talking about, there won't be side effects like gaining weight or like depression and different cardiovascular diseases and stuff that go in with different birth controls for women. So I don't know. I just find it very interesting that like they're talking about safe and effective birth control for men where you wouldn't need like vasectomies and all that. It went on to say that, preventing pregnancy without any obvious side effect. The mice could father pups again 4 to 6 weeks after they stopped receiving the pill.
So it flushes out of your system, and then you're good to go.
Just
so
like
you'd be like, you know what? Let's have kids.
There you
Stop
go.
taking the pill.
There you go.
So it's basically just like the women's pill, only for men.
Very interesting. I think this is
very interesting.
So
more on that later.
Yeah, it's. Obviously, yeah, we'll have to dig a little deeper on that, but I think it's super interesting. Well, I mean, it's interesting for like a dude who, if you want to be taking, like, you don't want to, if you're raw dogging like Kevin Bieksa, okay, if you're raw dogging like Bieksa all over the place,
you just pop a pill.
And you're on your own birth control, knowing that it's 99% effective, you could be fucking blowing loads and Cougars all over the place.
We'll see.
I mean, so
mice to men is a big step.
Mice to men. There's the podcast title right there.
Mice to men is
right
a
at
big
the end.
Step. Well, listen, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. We're going to be back Friday night to talk about the Bruins and the Jets. It's going to be a hell of a week. There's going to be big games. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tippin Maple Leafs Podcast, on Twitter at the Tippin Podcast. Email us at the tippinpodcast@gmail.com. Hit like and subscribe on this YouTube channel at the Tippin Maple Leafs Podcast. If you like this show, you can go back. You can listen to all our podcasts from episode 1 all the way up to episode 139. And until next time, we will...
Hey, boys, go into Boston. Let's beat the big bad Bruins and keep it rolling all week. Go, Leafs, go. We will catch you later.
Catch you later, everybody.
Later.